Shut up and sit down.
Well, I'll say I want to talk about this, but it's definitely a big talking point. Last week, Yoel Romero was making headlines because he was cut from the UFC, and a lot of people were kind of startled by that. And then when pushed about that on Saturday night after the fights at the post-fight press conference, Dana White came out and said, yeah, listen, that's just part of it. In fact, expect up to about 60 fighters also to get cut from the roster. And then I think Ariel Helwani came on Twitter and went, oh, my reports are telling me it's more like 80. I'm sure Dana has a bit more knowledge on the situation than Ariel Helwani, but still, whatever. And then today I saw a tweet saying if the Paul, whichever one it was, wants to box somebody his own size that used to be in the UFC, because he's calling out UFC fighters as well, and he wants UFC fighters to come over to boxing and fight him. Incidentally, they said, well, there's somebody that weighs your amount that just got released from the UFC if you want to fight someone. So yeah, if you want to fight someone your own size, Yoel Romero has just been released, and he's looking for an opponent. So let's see if you take that one up. But yeah, Yoel gone. Makes sense.
Bittersweet. What are you thinking? Because you and Yoel have a long history. You didn't like each other. You retired from the sport. You sort of sidestepped all of that like emotion and bullshit. You didn't care. And once you stopped being in line to fight with these guys, it sort of was water under the bridge for you.
Hold on. Never not liked Yoel Romero. In fact, I enjoy him as a personality and as a fighter and things like that. He was just a competitor. You know what I mean? And I was the champ and he was talking shit and things like that. So that happens. I don't, on a person, all right, there was the whole steroid stuff, he had a reason, whatever. Everyone knows my stance on that stuff. But we were just competitors in the same weight class. I've got nothing against the man and I wish him the best. So when I found out that they'd let him go, I mean, it always sucks to hear that. You can never relish in somebody losing their job, but we don't know the circumstances. We don't know if it was a mutual agreement, or perhaps the UFC did cut him. When pushed on it, Dana said, look, listen, he's lost his last 3. The man's 44 years old. I'm sure he gets paid handsomely. So you're going to factor all these things into it. I think he had 4 shots at the title, 2 where he missed weight, 2 where he actually made weight. Regardless, he was never the champ. They gave him plenty of opportunities. And the reality is he is 44, and he's lost 3 in a row. So, perhaps the run of Yoel Romero in the UFC, they'd, because let's remember, it is a business as well. They can't just keep giving Yoel Romero fights because, I don't know, is he a big needle mover? I don't think he is. I'm not sure his fights.
That was a low blow. Michael Bisping. Oh. I know what you were saying there. He's slick, everyone.
He's definitely a needle mover. I mean, it all depends what kind of needle.
Yoel's also like, he's really good, and it's a weird position to be in when you're that good, because he can sort of like take out these high-level contenders. Like any given Sunday, he wins any fight, right? Do you think Yoel might be the best UFC fighter to never win a title?
He's certainly one of them. Absolutely. Certainly. I mean, if you look at the credentials of the guy, you look at the knockout power, the physique on the man as well, he kind of captures the imagination of everybody. It's like, whoa, look at this guy. So he ticks all the boxes. He's fantastic. He's really good. And I like his personality.
He's a fun, yeah.
Yeah, he just, his command of the English isn't too good, but that even makes him more captivating. So
know what made me like him?
Say that I disliked him. That wasn't true. We were just competitors, and he was my enemy then. So fuck that guy then. But now I'm just a fan. So yeah, no. I wish Yoel nothing but the best.
You know what made me like him? And it made me go, oh shit, Yoel might get it a little bit, right? Because you had the title, and you and him had that moment, you did the needle in the butt thing, and Michael, I love you, that, right? And then it was sort of like heating up for like a month, and there was talk about you and him fighting, and then we were on the radio on SiriusXM when we had our SiriusXM show, and he heard it, and our producer was like, Yoel Romero wants to call in right now. And we're like, yeah, have him call it. And he legitimately called it. He didn't speak a lick of English. It was just you guys talking shit in different languages at each other. But it made me go, oh shit, Yoel understands it's his job to sort of create interest, and he was having fun with it. It wasn't, it was sort of surprising. So I had a little bit of I gained respect for Yoel there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's a shame, but listen, the fact of the matter is, And as I say, who knows? Maybe it was a mutual agreement. Maybe he wanted to go try somewhere else. And, he's got a good manager, Malky Kawa, the Kawa brothers. They got a lot of contacts. So who knows? Maybe he's going to go make a lot of money somewhere else, but his time in the UFC is done. And that leads me to the news as well, that 60 other people are getting cut. And a lot of people are coming out and, there's always detractors of the UFC. So they say, oh, they're cutting 60 people. What the fuck? Right before Christmas? Well, yeah, that is a shame. But also, it is
weird.
What?
That's a weird time. I mean, it's just not a... I would have waited.
In the new year, it's like, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. By the way, you've lost your job. Unfortunately, there's never a good time to lose your job. There isn't. And my thoughts and sympathies with them, 100%. But from the UFC's perspective, with the new year on the horizon, the planning for the new year, they have to make these tough decisions. And I don't know what their roster is, but it's got to be pretty inflated right now. Probably around 600 people, So, you've just got to do that now and again. You got to have a call. You got to have a clean out and get rid of some of the people that A, aren't performing, B, aren't worth the value for money, C, are losing fights.
And also, it will create that. I mean, this is the name of the game. Everyone's going to take notice, and everyone's going to be like, fuck, my next fight, I got to fight my ass off. So overall, good for the product. It's sad. You never just want to hear about fighters losing their job, losing opportunities to make money, but it's just the absolute nature of the game. Is there anybody any big names that you think could be cut? Another Yoel size?
Yeah, well, Dana said, there's going to be a lot of names that come out. And Harry, to see if you can find any that I know. There's only two I know of right now. And Callum just told me there's Yoel Romero and Rachel Ostovich. Callum just told me about that. Again, Rachel Ostovich, she's lost 3 in a row. Normally, once upon a time, it was almost guaranteed. If you lost 3 in a row, you were that's it, you were done. If you lost 2, there was a fear that you might be cut. You know what I mean? Because it's for the best guys. Rachel Ostovich, very pretty girl, whatever. She was on The Ultimate Fighter. She couldn't cut the mustard. And I wish her the best. Same with Yoel. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's going to be many, many more recognizable faces that we know as well, But this is, it's the best proving ground for fighters in the world. And if you can't cut it, unfortunately, you got to go.